Hi, Capricorn. Hi, Capricorn. Oh, how did I get all the way up? I don't know. Alrighty, guys. We drew your energy of the day, and we got the violet flame. Righty. Which we need right now. Oh, yes, we do. Yes, we do. Okay, so go ahead. I'll say this later. All right. The violet flame. It's about your psychic toolkit. All right, we all have one. Recentering practices, because from what I'm seeing here, you've needed some. Maybe we ought to check into that. Deepening your energetic awareness, clearing your aura, healthy energetic boundaries, protection, removing trauma from your field, maintaining a high vibration, rebalancing after times of raised frequency. Because sometimes when you're all the way up here, it's kind of hard to be slammed back down into 3D reality. It fucks with you. Okay, so in my experience of raising my vibration, I started down here, I moved up a little bit, I went back down. I moved up a little bit, I went back down. I moved up a little bit, I went back down. Each time I went down less as I went up and then back down. Okay, the violet flame actually kind of helps with that process. Okay, so when you go into a higher knowing, a higher frequency, when you get off balance because of it, calling in the violet flame kind of helps transmute that energy so that you don't go back down. It kind of allows you to stay more so in that raised vibrational frequency. That's been my experience with it. I can see that. Divinatory meaning. Consider your psychic toolkit. Do you have a range of accessible go-to practices for recentering, cleansing your aura, and protecting your energy? An exercise routine for psychic fitness will keep your aura strong and resilient, your energy sovereign, and your vibration high. Maintaining clear and vibrant energy will also help you see through illusions that may be blocking or disorienting. I can't say disorienting. Bring the violet flame into your meditation and self-care practices for graceful rebalance after heightened energy levels. Okay, it's kind of like a transmutation. Kind of shakes off that residual low vibing energy that's hanging on. Well, this is saying that after you meditate and you're in the higher vibration, yes, the shock of coming from that higher vibration into the lower vibration kind of tends to throw us off kilter because we're up here vibing high and then, oh my God, here we are again. That kind of feeling. See, I use it more when I've been some when I've had to wade through some deep fuckery bullshit. That's when I call in the violet flame. When I've been through it and I know that it's not my vibrational frequency, and I really do shake it off because it's pulling down. Well, I can see that too. But yeah, it's just a balancing energy overall, whether you're going from heightened senses into reality or whether you're going from reality trying to reach the higher heightened sense. Yeah. So it's basically a blockage buster. Yes. No matter which way you want to see it, because I believe that people who are always going after the light, always are just as much of a blockage as what we consider negativity. Because it's there for a reason. And hating one and loving the other does not bring balance. Nope. So, I can see, Doesn't matter if you're at a higher frequency coming into a lower one, which I deal with that all the time. I don't get people. But, yeah, I can see it work both ways. Absolutely. All right, you want to go first this time?
I can. So, if I remember correctly, 2 weeks ago, Capricorns were really going through some shit. They were really trying to shake off some energy, and I think that's why the violet flame comes in now. You guys have been processing some shit. Okay? Now, things are moving slowly, but you guys are getting ready to take on that new journey. And this whole spread is all about your spiritual journey. Okay, so we're starting off with the Knight of Pentacles upside down. There's movement, but it's slow. Okay, and slow movement isn't necessarily bad movement. You're still moving. Okay, stagnation is the thing that we don't want. Okay, so you are definitely getting ready to go into your new leg of your journey. Okay, then we have the King of Pentacles right side up. We have the King of Wands upside down. Okay, so in that, it would appear to me that you're finally getting your priorities straight on what you consider abundance, because abundance isn't necessarily money. It is family, friends, food. Sometimes you think it is money, but there are so many things that can be abundance. Okay, this upside down King of Wands, this is one of the things that you're having trouble balancing. Now, the upside down King of Wands is very lustful, very
deceitful, tends to dabble in lower spiritual practices, manipulative. He's the guy that you would find having 2 or 3 families that don't know about each other.
okay. Then we have the Wheel of Fortune. Alright? The Wheel of Fortune, you're on it, you're spinning, you're trying to get rid of the stuff that doesn't serve you, the things that you don't want to bring with you on this new journey. Kind of feeling
Like that guy.
you don't have your world. Kind of feeling maybe even like you're not even of a new world. However, my cards are sticking to you guys. Then we have the Six of Cups. You are getting rid of past memories that have made you feel stuck. Okay? You are stepping more so into your truth with the Two of Swords. You're at this crossroads where you have to decide what your truth is and where you stand in it. And you're trying, with the Five of Pentacles reversed, you are trying to come in out of the cold. You see that light? That light right there? It's funny. That light right there is this violet flame. Alright? We do a lot of research when we go into these cards. Okay? So, Alice hadn't really heard of the violet flame energy. I've heard
of it, but I've never really, it's never really caught my attention.
Okay? So, I use the violet flame energy. I don't use it very often, probably not as often as I should, but I do, and I have. Okay? So we had to look it up and understand that the violet flame, it shows as purple. However, the violet flame being the hottest flame in the fire.
Yeah, I had to argue at that point because I know better.
Well, being the hottest flame in the fire, it burns at 24 to 2700 degrees Fahrenheit. At that point, what you see is that white light. Okay?
And that was my point. It's like, I know as somebody who was a welder that white light is what burned.
That white light takes on the hues of all of the colors. Okay? The violet being the strongest burning one because it transmutes all of
The other
it,
lower
it,
right.
yeah,
So
it
you're saying
transmutes.
the violet is what transmutes it to the fury.
Yes,
Okay,
yes.
gotcha.
Okay.
It's the step below the white hottest burning thing that allows it to become the hottest burning thing.
Yes.
There's
Okay.
still some
So
fuckery there.
there's always fuckery. Have you not seen? It's always the fuckery, Alice. Even in the Wonderland. Look at all the fuckery in the Wonderland.
Yeah, I know, right?
Okay.
That's good.
Okay. So the ending process of this, while you guys are going through this violet flame energy, this cleansing, this healing, this understanding of why things happen and where things happen, and you're seeing that whole bigger picture that makes you understand that you're really only about this big.
You're still slaying the Jabberwocky.
Yes. Okay. And then we have the Empress and Judgment. And let me tell you, I got absolutely giddy when these two cards came out, and Alice was looking at me like, "What you get? What you get?" And I was like, "Oh, they got this. They ain't got nothing to worry about." She's like, "Cool." And then she started flipping her cards, and then she was like, "Oh, yeah, okay." So
That means you are the Alice.
yes, that means the ending judgment. Y'all are empresses, or let me say it, empress energy. You are embracing your divine. You have mastered all of the all of the, not the signs, all of the elements.
You're
Okay?
discovering you're the woman.
Yes. Okay. So Alice,
And it's been a long time coming.
yes, it has. But y'all are doing a fantastic job, and I am so proud of you.
Okay, so I was determined to only pull 5 cards because I'm trying to cut this down, but it's my butt. So I'm trying to get more out with less. But Spirit ain't having it in this case because I started with strength, I ended with the 9 of Pentacles. And when I looked at the whole thing, I had to look at this 2 ways. I had to look at this from Spirit's perspective and then from the 3D perspective because it matches. It literally matches. Okay? So, from Spirit's perspective, I gave you strength. I gave you strength. Right? But you chose weakness. You chose personal happiness over your gifts. Okay? We chose that, but we didn't get our personal happiness. We are now. This is a story. Keep in mind, this is the past. Okay? Well, personal happiness and desires.
I think it was one.
That's still a desire. You chose ego. You chose ego over the truth of your spirit. Now, this is the past. Okay? God gave you strength. You chose weakness. Although you may not have thought you were choosing weakness. I tell you why. Had a lot of heartache. But it's all in your head. And the reason, okay, here's the other message, Spirit. God gave you strength. You chose heartache, okay? You chose to build with people who were cold, or, put you in the energy of that fight or flight, that victim mentality, when we had the strength and we had the knowledge, because, it was right there with us. But we wanted, like Don said, we had a desire to fit in, to be loved, to be accepted. But we knew we were different. We knew. But we built anyway. We wanted to fit in. We wanted to be the star. Single and ready to mingle. Having fun. Being strong. Chasing the corn. Now, during all of this, Spirit has always been here, saying heal. This is the other meaning of this card. Heal. Heal. What are we healing? What are we healing from? Why are we single? Because of this little guy right here, this upside down emperor. Now, we have a tendency sometimes to be that because we want to be accepted so bad. But sometimes we do things that maybe aren't too savory, or too good, or too right, to be accepted, to be seen as this King of Pentacles. When we're really not. We're really out cold. We need to make different choices. Okay? One of the reasons why we are in this upside down phase is because we simply aren't seeing the truth of our choices and where our choices are coming from. As human beings, we all want love and acceptance. But there was somebody in history that said just because a million people are doing a foolish thing, it doesn't make it any less foolish. And I think this is the lesson we're all learning right now, is how to stand in our strength that God gave us to be ourself in our humanity, which is actually the vibration that the devil is. It is the physical consciousness energy. And guess what? The devil is the master of that. Alright? It's the master and the master. So what you have here is an amazing wisdom. Alright? When you don't work from pushing either one or the other, and you use that wisdom and balance, instead of bringing these 10 of Swords, we lay them down. Which is why this card is now upside down. But it's on the board. The energy's here. It's in the past position. This is also about not wanting to face the pain. But you've realized you have to come out of this energy. And you have help with the Hierophant. The Hierophant's always been there too. Here's the angel on your shoulder. Here's the other, right here with strength.
So basically what you're saying is they're learning to understand both the light side of themselves in order to balance. Kind of like the wolves.
Yes.
You know that age-old adage of,
which do you feed?
Yeah, there's two wolves inside you. One is good, one is bad. Which one do you feed? It always says, the one you feed is the one that's going to be dominant. Okay? Alice has been screaming for years. Why do I have to starve one?
Why do I have to starve half of myself?
If you feed both of them, it gives you the knowledge and the understanding of both of them in order that you can draw from that energy when you need to in order to protect your true self.
Then you become a pack mentality.
And your head. when you get these two things into balance, that's when everything starts to actually move forward in a positive way. And this abundance that you see in this King of Pentacles,
This is you. This is the truth of you.
and that is the balance of all of the things and the judgment of the things that you have done in yourself as you are going through and doing all of this stuff. You're creating judgment on yourself, and you have decided to be the Empress. You have the Hierophant, and
I have the Emperor is on the board. He's upside down right now, which means that the masculine energy in you is a little bit
off filter,
mm,
which would be evident, prevalent in the one king that's right side up and the other is upside down.
that's the truth of you. And that is this guy right here.
Well, that is on its way to be this guy right here.
Yeah. So you see how this works? I mean, this is all about choices. Literally all about choices. So I feel like Capricorn is finally seeing truth through the matrix. They are becoming the one.
Yes.
And it isn't an easy task. And I'm going to say again, anybody that can face themselves, their past, honestly.
Yep.
And understand and forgive themselves, knowing that in those times that you feel guilt about, if you would have known, well, sometimes we know that we should do better and we don't. But there's times when we still have to deal with those people we wrong. And we still have to do it honestly. Now, I think some of the things that we're facing when we're trying to do that is people are not wanting to forgive us.
Or we're not wanting ourselves for the part that we played in creation.
That's the thing. Is just because other people aren't wanting to forgive us, it doesn't mean you didn't do what you needed to do. If you went and you made your honest apologies, your heartfelt honest apologies, and you claimed your part in that pain, and they reject you, I mean, you can't expect them to forgive you, depending on how bad it was. You cannot expect somebody that you wronged to forgive you. You can only do your part to balance that energy, and then it's on them. All right? So, I think we faced a lot of this, too. Of, doing the right things and people slap in our face when we're trying to do the right thing. And, if you have that face slap coming, we have to stand there and take it. We know we deserve it. We have to stand there and take it.
We don't have to like it.
We don't have to like it. And I'm not condoning violence, by the way. That's just a metaphorical. Yes. Don't ever slap or. I use a lot of metaphorical phrase that seem violent, but I am the last. That's the last resort for me. Last resort ever. But I will slap you with my words. I will shoot you right to the heart with the arrows of my tongue. I'll do that. But violence is never the answer or the option. Okay? So, what I'm seeing here is amazing. And it's not an easy thing to do. Congratulations for being brave. But I saw this. I wonder if this is going to be like last time, because we saw it, all the same elements were struggling with the same kind of things. So I hope this energy that your signs are bringing right now continues on through the rest of the signs. I really do, because this is good. I'm proud of you. Love you guys. Blessed be. Namaste.